Hallelujah. Now we're going to be talking this morning, and I'm going to take a quite different approach. On June 4th, when our man of God, our pastor, declared that this month shall be the month of the miraculous, he spoke on a lot of things. In fact, I've gone back to listen to the message, and I want to encourage everyone, people that are hearing me for the first time, go to Habitation of Peace YouTube channel and Facebook channel. You can start from like 35 minutes mark. You'll be able to hear the wisdom, the revelation that was released. It was too much. So what I'm going to be doing today is to take some nuggets and build on them, add flesh, and hopefully somebody will be blessed. So Pastor said this month the Lord gave him one purpose: to teach people how to live the life of the miraculous. Teach people how to live the life of the miraculous. And I'm like, okay. And he went on to say, miracles are not accidental occurrences. I'm not sure if you remember. He said, miracles are not accidental occurrences. He said, they are the deliberate act of God. Miracles are the deliberate act of God that is motivated by the faith of men. Miracles are the deliberate act of God that is motivated by the faith of men. And Pastor said, he said, when you see miracle is a display or demonstration of the supernatural act of God in response to the need of men. Now, I'll give you a definition that this is what our pastor said. And Pastor continued to say, he said, there is no gift of waiting for miracle, but there is the gift of working of miracles. When he said that word, that phrase caught up to me, that how many times we look at ourselves, and in all honesty, what we are doing is we're actually waiting for miracle. So for people that are looking at, writing down the topic of this message is, are you waiting or are you working? I want you to just nudge somebody by your side, people on YouTube, people on Facebook. Can you just type it there? Are you waiting or are you working? I'm waiting for you, until I see the response. When Pastor said that jotted my heart, and we're just going to be building on that. So the opening text that we're going to be reading from is Psalm 49 verse 20. Psalm 49 verse 20. I'm going to read from King James Bible here. It says, man that is in honor and understand not is like the beast that perish. Man that is in honor and understand not is like the beast that perish. When you look at King James, in fact, the word that is written in italics, so it meaning that it was not in the original translation. So I'm going to read it without that. You see what he said. He said, man in honor and understand not is like the beast perish. Man in honor and understand not is like the beast perish. Let me read another translation. All-Man Christian Bible, All-Man Christian Standard Bible. He said, a man with valuable possessions, but without understanding, is like the animals that perish. I want you to look at the emphasis here. He's comparing a man with animals. King James, he said, man is comparing man with beasts. A man that is in honor, but because he has no understanding that I am in honor, what happened? He perished. He's comparing one man to beasts. Just follow along with me. Christian Standard Bible, I love this. He said, mankind with his assets, but without understanding, is like the animals that perish. Mankind with his assets, but without understanding, is like the animals that perish. What does this mean? We're looking at this scripture, and when Pastor said there is no gift of waiting for miracle, and I'm speaking to us today, asking you the question that, are you waiting or are you working? Are you waiting for a miracle or are you working for a miracle? Many times, it's so common among Christian brothers. When you ask them, how are you doing? They said, we're waiting on God. We are trusting God. We are believing God. It is so much a cliche that it actually lost its value. So as we're going to be seeing today, I want us to see that if some of these ingredients that I'm going to be talking about are missing in your waiting, your waiting will actually not lead to working of miracle. So the way God has designed it is, we wait, but when you're waiting, there are things that you need to be doing. There are things that you need to bring together. It's like a cook. I want to cook fried rice. I got to this place. They have jollof rice in the oven. I'm sure in the process of cooking the jollof rice, there are many things that they brought together. Many ingredients. They have red bell pepper. They have Maggi. They have different spices. They have pepper. They have tomatoes that they have to blend. Now, rice alone will not give you what we are looking for. So the same thing, when you're telling me that you are waiting, without these ingredients, you are just going to wait forever. So my admonition to us this morning is, how do I go from waiting for miracle to working of miracles? How do I, as a person, I know I've given my life to Christ 2 years ago. Even if you just gave your life to Christ last week, praise God. The intention of God is to make your life a life of supernatural. The intention of God is to make your life a life of the miraculous. And how do we go now from the realm of waiting for miracle, waiting for when God will do it, until the time that you're actually walking with God to do it? There are two different things. Before I go there, I remember, when I was back in my home country, I think I finished university, and, I was engaged. Thank God for the prayers from ladies. My wife was always saying, well, my fiancée then, she was saying, you are still in your father's house. I'm like, yeah, but there's nothing chasing me out of my father's house. I can continue to save money. Why am I in a hurry? Why am I in a hurry to leave my father's house? Now, look at the story there. I was praying unto God, trusting God for an accommodation. I was praying, I was believing. But for me, what I was actually doing was I was waiting. I was waiting for something that will throw the accommodation into my hand. But there was this morning, I can't even remember if it was this morning. There was this day that she just spoke to me and said, I can't remember what she said, but I decided to stand up that day. If people that are familiar with Southwest Nigeria, I'm talking about Akure, and we were living around Ijoka area. Now that is like Guelph. If you are in Guelph now, there is the Stone Road Mall. So that is like the distance from the Stone Road Mall to Pastor's house. So we were in Ijoka, which is not like it's not like the core of the town. And after she spoke to me, I said, okay, I'm just going to take a step and look for accommodation. So I took a taxi from Ijoka to my next stop, which is Ojaoba, that's like the downtown. I didn't know where I was going. I have no idea. All that I was doing was I decided to walk instead of waiting. By the time I got to Ojaoba, and I'm like, okay, where am I going? I'm sure Brother so she probably be smiling now. People that know how correct. From Ojaoba, which is like the downtown, I decided to say, okay, I will go to Futa. Futa is like on the uptown. Futa is the Federal University of Technology, Akure. That at least before I get to Futa, I would have passed through a lot of things. Now, while I was doing that, I decided to join another cab. And I got to a particular place. I saw one of my friends that we served together. I decided to drop from the taxi. And I was just chatting with her, I haven't seen you in a long time. And she said, what are you looking for? I'm like, well, I'm just looking for accommodation. Oh, she said there is an accommodation near the place that she lived. And to cut the long story short, we got the accommodation. Now, I could as well just stay in my cocoon and be waiting. even though God has done this, God has given me the miracle that I was expecting. But for me, I was still waiting. So today I'm standing as my wife for some people that you are waiting. I'm saying by the special grace of God, because God has declared that this month you are going to live the life of the miraculous. Let every waiting be followed up with action. In the name of Jesus, receive the grace of God, receive the power of God to take the next step in the name of Jesus. Now, let me back to what I was saying. I said, how do we go from waiting for miracle to walking of miracle? The first thing that I'm going to say, and we can beat this over and over again, is you need to understand who you are. Church, we need to understand who we are. I know you've heard this before, but I'm bringing another dimension that, the fact that you have experienced God in a realm, God is bigger than that realm. God is saying, you understand who you are, and that is what leads to the experience that you have in this realm. For you to be able to go to higher, for you to be able to go to the next realm, to be able to live in the miraculous, you need to know, okay, what is lacking that I need to know? What are the additional lights that need to be released into me that will push me from where I am right now to where I need to be? I said you need to understand who you are. So look at the scripture that we read before we started. The scripture was comparing man that is in honor, but understand not, to beast. Man is very powerful. Okay, let's take compare beast with man. Beast, they are like symbol of strength. Beasts, they are like symbol of power. In those generations, the Bible talked about Elisha, that he was plowing with many animals. When you have animals in those days, it show wealth. So look at beasts. They are symbol of strength. They are symbol of wealth. They are symbol of power. They are symbol of influence, and they can get things done faster than man can do it. And this same God in this scripture is comparing man, you, to that beast. That you, man, in his raw state, man is so powerful. I want you to tell someone, you are so powerful. Man, the way you are right now, in your raw state, even in your fallen state, you are powerful. So we need to come to the understanding again and know that man, we are very powerful. As a matter of fact, you are not only powerful, you are the pride of God. Okay? Man, you are the pride of God. When God created man in Genesis chapter 1 verse 26 to 28, when you look at the scripture, he said God created the man in his own image. Man is the pride of God. God looked at man and said, I've done something good. In fact, another layer, man, you're looking at yourself. You are the envy of creatures. I want you to know it. You are the envy of creatures. Is it not funny that angels are jealous? When the angels look at what we have and the fact that they don't have it, they are jealous. The angels are jealous. Let's read from Psalm 8. Psalm 8 verse 3. Psalm 8 verse 3. This is David writing. He said, when I consider your heavens. Now don't forget what I'm trying to say here, that man is the pride of creatures. When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the star, which you have set in place. So David is saying, okay, God, I just look up. I'm like, wow. Somebody created this heaven, first heaven, second heaven, third heaven, and now we have people in the moon. That's God created this. He said, God, this is the work of your fingers. He's now comparing the things that are gigantic that God created to man. In verse 4, he said, I look at this, God. Look at what you created. Look at the firmament. Look at the heavens. And I'm looking at man. Who is man? Verse 4, he said, what is mankind that you are mindful of them? What is mankind that your mind is so full of man? What is this thing about man that God can't just have to like ask about this man all the time? What is it that God will leave his throne and go and chat with man, with Adam? What is it about man that God will say, I'm looking for someone to put my spirit, and I've looked everywhere. I'm just looking for a man to put my spirit. What is it about this man that heaven and hell, they are all fighting to get this man? Every battle of life is to get man. There is a lot of darkness, there is a lot of injustice. The reason is to get man. So I'm telling you, don't you know that you are that powerful, that the whole world is going crazy just to get you? And I'm speaking to everyone, including our children, that you are so unique, you are so powerful, that the whole creature is going crazy just to get you. But you need to come to the understanding that you are the bride of God. That you are the bride of God. That you are the bride of God. Romans chapter 8, verse 19. It was saying, it said the whole creature is waiting for the manifestation of this man. Let me read that scripture so that I don't just paraphrase. Romans chapter 8, verse 19. It said, I will read from NIV. It said, for the creation waits in eager expectation for the children of God to be revealed. That is how powerful you are. So can I tell you a good news? You're one of the reasons why there is crisis in your street. You're one of the reasons why there is fight in your home. You're one of the reasons why there are battles that you have no idea, why there are dreams that are constantly coming, like strange dreams, and you have no idea where they are coming from. You are the reason, because there is something in you that the whole world is fighting for. There is something in you that hell is saying, no, I need to get that thing. So, the first thing that will take us from waiting for miracle to walking of miracle is to get that understanding back, that I am the pride of God. Just look at yourself, close your eyes, look at yourself, imagine it. That is this true, that God will have to kill his only begotten son to get me? That I don't know the word that I'm looking for. You are so valuable that God is saying, I will lose everything just for you. I will lose everything just for you. Then what is our problem? Why is it that I don't understand that I am the pride of God? Why? Why is it that even though sometimes we knew some of these things, but we've forgotten about them? So my encouragement unto us this day is, if you just want to lift up your hands unto God and you want to pray, Lord, I'm getting my passion back. I am getting my fire back. I am getting my understanding back. That I am the delight of God. I am the creation of God. That I am the pride of God. That I am the pride. I am the heartbeat of God, as it were. Declare it. You are. Your children are. We need to have that understanding to move from waiting for miracle to walking of miracle. Love of God. Yeah. You need to come to that clear understanding. Come to that clear understanding. Come to that clear understanding. Sometimes if we can just embrace that understanding, most of these battles that we fight will automatically disappear. That's why some people that believe the word, the word movement in quotes. Some people might take it extreme that you don't need to pray, just quote the word. The reality is there are some things that once you have the understanding, you won't pray again. I am the daughter of God with power. I am the anointed of God. I am the beloved of God. am the, what is it? Say it. And don't just say it here. I want you to say it and live it. Say it and live it. There was a story that I heard. This guy is a cultist. So he went to people that do voodoos. And they gave him something that, if you use this thing, no matter what they do, if they shoot at you, the gun will not penetrate. If they cut you, it will not go through. And the guy, because of that, he thought he has become another person. In fact, that's what they told him. They said what they gave him, the voodoo, whatever they gave him, was working. But by the time he got back to his house, I understand that he was trying to get some of their materials like archives that they use in their cult, and one of those mistakenly caught him in hand. He now sat down on the floor and his eyes opened and said, so this man just deceived me that I would have died for nothing. How can you go and fight a policeman and get a life gun from a policeman? How much more we Christians? Do you believe this? That you are the pride of God? And I want you to believe it. Because if you don't believe it, there's just going to be a lot of confusion in the world. I know we are praying, but sometimes we need to understand that you cannot pray against prophetic agenda. The Bible has said that some things will happen in the last day. There will be wars and rumors of wars. It said a lot of things. Nation will rise against nation. There will be all manner of sicknesses. Now, follow me. What we are seeing in this age is strange. When you see a sickness, as it were, not even a sickness, a virus as it were, that shut up the entire world. And I'm not a prophet of doom, but if Jesus is going to come, if his word is going to come to pass, then that means there may be more. Which is why you now need to come to that understanding. Because the Bible told us, it said, when darkness and gross darkness shall cover the people. He said, the light of God shall rise upon you. He said, when darkness and gross darkness shall cover the people. That is where we are going. We are not where we're not where you were going yet. Where we're going is when you will begin to see darkness and gross darkness covering the people. What did he say? He said, the Lord shall rise upon you. But if you don't understand who you are going to fall. If I don't understand who I am going to fall. So I'm telling you, I'm challenging you. Are you ready for what is happening next? Okay, let me say it again. Are you ready for what is going to happen next? Are you ready for what is going to happen next? You need to understand who you are. Otherwise, we will just continue to live a life of mediocre. And that will not be your portion in the name of Jesus. Even as I'm rounding up, I said that this is like an encouragement. The second thing, don't forget the first thing that I said, to move you from waiting for miracle to walking of miracle is understanding who you are. And I talk about, know that you are the pride of God. You are the pride of creation. You are the pride of the world. You are the one that all the powers of hell and heaven, they are both looking for. You are the reason why there is darkness. Because your light will shine. The second thing is believe in God. Believe in your prophets and believe in yourself. I understand that all this thing that we are talking about, most of us, and Pastor touched on it, we believe in God, but we don't believe in our prophet. Some people believe in their prophet, but they don't believe in God. They say, no, they believe in God, but they don't really show it. Because when you believe in something, you demonstrate it. They don't demonstrate that they believe in God. But what God is asking me to tell you, as the second thing is, believe in yourself. Believe in. It's so simple. Can you imagine if I'm going to be, I'm the astronaut, I want to go to the moon, and I ask the engineer that designed my shirt, what they wear. I said, would this be able to withstand a pressure of minus something? And he said, by the special grace of God, it should. Will you wear it? You will not. So why is it that when it comes to believing in ourselves, we've abused the word by God's grace. Now, people that know me, I believe in the grace of God. In fact, I believe in the ability of God working in man. But beyond that, God needs you to believe in yourself for Him to pour the grace upon you. Some people are so humble. You ask them, do you think you'll be able to do this? And that's something they can do. And they just come up with this thing that you are confused. You're like, okay, can you do it? So, why is it that when it comes to the things of God, you believe that everybody can pray for you, but you don't believe that you can pray for yourself? You don't believe that you can declare that. And I'm going to say again, people that are just, listening to me, go and listen to the message that Pastor preached on June 1st. We titled it, Begin June with God. Go and listen to it. Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe that you can lay hand on the sick and the sick will recover? For most of us, there are some times that we started something and we forgot it, and we've reduced it to the level of those rhetorics. But I want to challenge you today that believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. There are things that God has deposited in you. In fact, let me say this. There are some problems that will not go away until you stand up. And I'm speaking to someone that, you are in that family. You are in that family for a reason. Things will continue to go the way it is going until you stand up. Your husband, if you feel your husband doesn't like you, your husband loves you. But things will continue to go the way it is going until you stand up. Believe in yourself. You believe in your prophet. Thank God for what our prophet they've released over our life. Thank God for what God has spoken to you. But do you believe in yourself? When He said, "This shine shall follow those that believe," do you believe that? Do you believe that you shall lay your hand on the sick and the sick shall recover? He said, "You will eat poisonous thing and no evil, nothing will harm you." Do you believe that? Do you believe that you're actually an agent of change? Can I say this? Most times, the devil wants to keep us in this bondage deliberately, because there is a thin line between pride and believing in ourselves. So for Christians, we say, I don't want to be proud. I don't want to be proud. I want to give God all the glory. And the devil is so happy, because the moment he brings pride before you and you chicken back, you're not able to exercise your authority. Do you know that the demons, they believe in you more than you believe yourself? Why do you think they are doing what you're doing? Why is it that every time you pray, hell will always break loose? So some of you're probably listening to me. Why is it that every time you fast, that is when you have nightmare? Every time you decide and say, we're going to pray and fast, what you will say is nightmare. That is what is happening. But I want you to believe that God has given you what you need to be able to overcome and turn that situation into miracle. God has given you. And don't forget, I said there are some problems. No matter how anointed we are, no matter how anointed the body of Christ is, you have a part. There are some problems that will not go away until you stand up. So can I just I want to call on all our fathers. I want to call on all the Deborahs of our time. I want to call on all the Esther. I want to call on all the judges. The Bible talks about judge. He said, the angel spoke to him, "Oh mighty man of valor." And he said, me? Sorry, you miswrote. If I am mighty, how come this thing is happening to me? Can I tell you, believe in yourself? Can you just declare it? Believe. I believe in myself. Let's begin to take back. Everyone that by the word of your mouth you have given room to the devil. I want you to take back the room that you have given to the devil. And let all the fathers arise. Let all the spiritual fathers arise. Fathers in homes. Fathers arise and take your place. Lord, let all the Deborah of our time, let them rise up. Let all the Esther of our time, let them rise up. Let us begin to fight fight for the destiny of our children. Let us begin to fight for the destiny of our home. I want you to just close your eyes. I'm done. I want you to declare as a Father, in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, every ground that I have given to the devil, I take it back now. Every ground that I have given to the devil, I take it back now. Every ground that I have given to the devil, I take it back now. If you can bring the spirit, bring the spirit. We take back every ground that we have given to the enemy. We take back every ground that we have given to the enemy. And I want you to just receive the grace of God to stand. Don't forget, you need to move from waiting for miracle to working of miracles. And the first thing, you need to believe, understand who you are. And then once you understand that, believe in yourself. You have what it takes to cause the change. You have what it takes. Children, you have what it takes. You have what it takes. God will not just send you here without a purpose. And I want to speak to some life. Maybe you're currently struggling. You know, the struggle is for a purpose. That struggle is for a purpose. Oh, just hold on a little bit. Hold on a little bit. I can hear in my spirit. He said, after you have suffered a while, oh, I can hear that, that season is going. That season is going. He said, after you have suffered a while, I stand in the name of Jesus and I declare, let the season of suffering pass now. Let that season of suffering pass in the name of Jesus. Father, we thank you. We give you all the glory. Father, we give you all the glory. You are wonderful. You are worthy, oh Lord. You are wonderful.